Hello. Let me close my door. And let's get started. It's probably the first time you've heard my voice on this channel because we are doing something different today. We are doing a logo process video. I kind of went to switch it up from doing the speed arts all the time, you know, the A to Z series, where it's just 1-2 minutes long with some music in the background. I thought, let me do a longer video that's not sped up. I can do some commentary on it, explaining my process. So a guy called Tuber, he commented on my video a while ago saying, you know, Tosfu, I need your services. I need a logo redesigned. I just want my brand to look better, basically. And I was like, cool. The other day, got a little ad on Discord, and it was him. And we started talking, and we started talking pricing and etc. And he's paid me up front to do 3 logo designs for him, and then we will take them into finally narrowing it down to just 1 logo design. So I thought, why not kill 2 birds in 1 stone and actually use a real project on this video instead of just like making up logos. In the middle of the screen is his current logo. We can zoom in. His brand is IFSU Beaks, IFSU Beaks. As you can see, it's mainly just the I, F and the S and U and like a monogram. And his slogan is I F sh up, which is nice how he's wrote it. It's a nice logo, but we was talking about it and it doesn't really go with the trends nowadays. It's just a little bit dated. So our brief is to make 3 logo concepts, professional, clean, and just look very trendy. So that's what we're going to do today. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the vector. Right, so that's the monogram vector. I don't know if we're actually going to use it, to be fair. I think we might do something completely different, but we was discussing the concepts that he wants, and he wants 1 concept to basically just be the I, the F and the S and the U. So just a text based logo. He was saying he still wants the style of a monogram, but we'll see what happens. I'll definitely do 1 concept where it's just the 4 letters and it can be a type logo. Right, the first thing we're going to do is get a colour palette sorted, so I will play around with some colours. Right, we've got these colours here. Let me take a sip of my tea. I thought the colours that he has at the moment are very, I don't know if they're that trendy, so I thought I would go for a more 2018-2019 colour scheme and get it more pastel-y. So I've chosen a pastel red over here, which is kind of leading into the pink section, but you can tell that it's kind of red. Compare it to that red there, I just think it's a bit more, you know, a bit more modern and clean. And then I thought I would change the black to a darker grey. I just feel like dark grey works with pastel colours more than a solid black. I feel that it would work. And then I also done a little colour palette where it's just a gradient with a lighter version of the colour just shining down. I don't know if we're actually going to use that though. I think the more flat the better. So let's get into concept 1. We need to find a good font. Right, we found a font. Very modern indeed. It's called Cocoa Goose, the regular one, and I just feel like that there completely makes a difference to his brand already. I feel like we could actually even just put a dot. No, I reckon we should make our own dot. I think a circle dot would be a lot more better and a lot more clean. Yeah, that's cool. Maybe we could bring, if we ungroup the text, maybe we could bring the beats in as well, so there's actually no gap there, and then we could actually make another copy and like play around with the colours so this gap is noticeable. So we've got the full stop in red. We're gonna just make that in the gradient, I think it will definitely separate both words now, and you won't get confused if you're reading the word. I think I'll make these 4 letters one compound path, so the gradient just goes through all 4 letters. Yeah, I think that actually looks pretty awesome, to be fair. It looks clean. We're definitely matching the brief. I think we should really just play around with a icon and try and put that in somewhere as well. Right, so we've got this triangle that I made, and I'm going to make like a kind of bolt, because I mean his slogan is IFSU up, so maybe like a bolt somewhere in the logo to kind of emphasize that he is effing it up, maybe like striking down. So if we maybe make this a bit smaller, maybe we could put it on top of the eye. And this is why I wanted to do one of these videos, because there's a lot of variations that I go through when I'm making the logos, and when I do a speed art, you just see like the final one. But I think this may inspire some of you to, you know, copy and paste your logos and just play around. I think that kind of just looks like a candle or a torch. So it definitely doesn't give the effect that it's striking down. So maybe at an angle, that definitely gives it the impression that it's striking the logo. I just it doesn't work for me personally. I think if we maybe we could make this more of a square proportion, made by stacking the type like so, maybe bringing that down a touch. I think that definitely looks better. Maybe just repositioning the bolt now. It could be hitting from this side, maybe just like in the corner there. Oh my god, I've just come up with an idea. That bolt, how I just positioned it now, striking the logo, looks like an S. So I'm thinking maybe if we release this compound path just for now, maybe just put that all solid. Maybe we could fit this nicely in here, be the S. And that'll be being clever, because we're using up space, you know, using the space wisely, and we're still involving the bolt. Maybe make that a little bigger, bring it a touch up so that's nice and snuggled. I think that's definitely the best concept we've come up with so far. If we zoom out, that's definitely the most powerful one that we've got at the moment. But I'm gonna round off, I think, the edges just so it goes with the type a bit better, because the typeface that we're using, as you can see, it doesn't actually have any sharp corners. Why I changed the dot to a circle instead of a square, because I think it suits it being rounded. So it makes sense if the bolt's a bit rounded like so. That 100% goes with the type. It was made to be with that type. That looks awesome. I'm really liking this concept. We could have it like on another colour. That stands out awesome. I like that a lot. This is probably going to be definitely one concept that we send to him, I reckon. IFSU beats, a massive bolt in the middle, you know, that says that he F's it up. That is his slogan. It tells his slogan, it tells the story without his slogan even being there. So yeah, I like that a lot. I want to see what it actually looks like without the period, but I don't think it will have the same effect. It's worth a try. No, it doesn't. It looks too generic. I like it with the dot there. I'm going to copy and paste this here, and I'm going to get the bolt out of the way. We need a previous one from earlier. I'm going to see what the bolt looks like if we like put it here. Maybe like just playing with the icon now, or maybe we could copy and paste that and have a stroke. Looking nice. That's looking really nice, to be fair, with a stroke. You can still tell it's a bolt. It kind of does look like an S as well. And then maybe just a bit smaller, and then see what it looks like in the red. Or maybe we can just put that all solid red for now, considering we do kind of need it flat. Yes, that. I kind of prefer this concept to the previous one with the S being the bolt. I kind of like this because this bolt could be by itself if we imagine a little profile picture. That would be his profile picture. Imagine it quite small in the comments. It stands out. That stands out a lot. Yeah, I reckon this is going to be the first concept that we send. Awesome. This is 100%. This is the first concept done. I think we've played with it enough. We've definitely come up with a strong design here. I'm actually going to copy that down, so this can be like where we put our final marks. I found our second typeface. I was just flicking through my fonts and I found this and thought, yeah, that's definitely a style for the monogram one. So we're going to play with this. It's called Up Bolters New. If you guys want to check it out, it's quite an awesome typeface, to be honest. So we're going to make a copy of that and create the outlines and just see what we've got going. I feel like the monograms always have like the foots and the heads on their eyes 100%. Like most of their letters have the foots and the heads. No. Oh, I have got an actual idea though. Bear with me. Find out the thickness of this bit here. Rotate that. Put it on the bottom of the F. Bring that up, so that's the same thickness. Move it along. Bring that down. And we can do the same. Oh, yes. Yes. Just so it's with the edge of the U there. Beats, as that is part of his name. Even though this concept he wanted a concept that just involved the 4 letters, still try it out because maybe you could have like 2 variations of the logo. It doesn't excite me the same as this one once did. It doesn't excite me. Maybe we could bring that there. Yeah, that's is all I can really say. It's not really that gap going all just crashing through. Oh, that looks like an exclamation mark. To be fair, that does look like an exclamation mark. We could maybe make this the solid red for now. Let's rotate this. No, that, I'm sorry that you guys have to view that. What about if we just made an exclamation mark? Like, take the beats out, because he wanted the 4 letters anyway, and then just like make an exclamation mark to kind of match the eye, like that. I think we need to bring that out a touch here. But like that, that's awesome. That's a very nice mark. If we put that in the center, I feel like if you squint your eyes, like let's just all do this together. I'll just pause the video while this is in the center for you guys, and then just squint your eyes. You can see that it's just a rectangular shape. It's all encased in a rectangle, and that's really good. He wanted it more like a monogram though, didn't he? So we have to figure out a way to make it so the logos are more involved. Let's grab his old logo. I feel like we actually have got some similarities in the logo here, as in like I've got the eye, and you can see that the eye is covering the F, the S, and the U, and it's kind of like encasing them, looking after them. And in his logo, he's done the same with the letter U. It's kind of encasing them like my eye is, and you know, holding them inside. So it actually has some similarities. So this concept, I reckon, 100% is the one that I will send to him and say, you know, this is from your actual logo. I think I'm going to maybe involve the letters inside maybe a bit more. So maybe if we like move these up here, maybe copy it, and we could actually just make like this gap here. I think that doesn't really look like a U anymore, does it? So maybe on this side. No, that looks like a J now, and that looks like a J, and that looks like an I. So we've kind of destroyed the once nice mark. I feel like we still need to involve one of the letters. So maybe we flip this. We get rid of that F. It's kind of similar, but the U is attached, and that involves it a bit more. And then we could actually just, this middle bit of the U here, we could actually just make that go out, like so. Yes, that 100% looks better. That involves it a bit more, instead of it just being encased like these. The 3 letters are just sitting there. There's a bit more involvement in the logo, a bit more movement. You know, one of them's kind of like breaking out. There's a bit more gaps. Gap. That was a bit awkward. Yeah, I think just having the U. I think the F was a bit too much. It clashed with the I quite a lot. I think having the U is just it's a nice balance between both worlds. I did forget to mention as well, he actually wanted this on clothing. I think we mentioned something about clothing. So we've got this picture here of Bob, we'll call him. We'll just call him Bob, the white t-shirt guy. And we're going to get our design and just kind of lay it on. Just lay it on top and just see. Yeah, it stands out. It does stand out at that size, giving it a little left logo on the chest. That looks cool. We could actually try this out if we copy Bob again. Bob 1, Bob 2. We could try it with the other concept. Oh, this is looking nice. It looks like a superhero in the center. It's kind of like a Flash. That looks nice. I think maybe bigger. Maybe have a period same width. Just have like a dot underneath. Yes. Right, so we've got Bob 1 and Bob 2 here. I kind of prefer the right one. I think that's a fun approach. The left one is awesome as well. It's just like the more professional route. This one here on the right is very, very fun. If you walk down the street wearing that t-shirt, you would be attracted. The left one is professional, it's clean, you know, it's very well branded as well. I just feel like if you walk down the street with that, it would just be a generic t-shirt with the logo on your chest kind of thing. This with a massive bolt kind of strapping over his shoulder there. So I feel like this concept is probably going to be the second one that we send off to him. It's not a monogram, but it's inspired by his monogram, and it's just a type logo with his 4 letters, and they're kind of involved in a creative way. So it's kind of inspired by his monogram logo. So I think that's going to be the one that I show him to do with that idea. Final board. I don't know why these aren't centered. That kind of just annoyed me. Let's make this centered as well. Nope, that doesn't want to group. Awesome. It actually stands out really, really well. White type on the red background. That stands out amazingly. So for my third concept, I want to do something corporate. We've done one that's monogrammy. We've done one that's funny. Now I want to do one that's corporate-y. Something, you know, just a simple sans serif typeface. A very simple icon. Just something really, really, really simple and corporate. We got this font. It's called Median Sans, and it goes from light to bold. It's got a semi-bold, it's got a regular, it's got italics, so we can play with different whips, with maybe the IFSU being another whip from the beats, you know, so we can definitely have a play around with that. It's always nice when you get a typeface and it's got different whips. Oh yes, that makes a big difference. I feel like the E here as well, with the bold on, I feel like that gap is just a bit too small. It's a bit of a tight space there. So making the beats less thick definitely flows a lot better in my eyes anyway. So let's copy that, create the outlines, let's ungroup it so we can play, I feel like I want to just do like a play button of some sort. Maybe just round it off here. Give it a gradient. As I said, this one's very corporate, so it's just got to be like just straight to the point. We've got one with a bolt icon. You read it, you say, you know, he F's it up. It's an amazing, fun logo. I want this logo to be looked at and people say it's music. And then we could maybe just copy it there and then do the same again. So we've got like 3. It's a very, very fast forward logo. So it's a very, very fast forwarded icon that we've got going on. And then we could maybe fill these 2 in and make them that grey. So it's kind of like negative space we're playing with here. If they were white, it would probably look better negative wise. Yeah, I don't know if I like it though. Right, so I've got an idea. I think instead of doing like a play icon or something like that, maybe do something to do with music gear. You know, I feel like that this logo here, let's center it off so you guys can see it. Just move that out of the way. Just move that play button out of the way. I feel like it's nice. You'd see the logo and you'd be like, yep, music industry is something to do with music. But I feel like it's more along the lines of Apple Music, Spotify, SoundCloud kind of brand. I don't think you would look at that and say he makes music, if that makes sense, like this icon. So I feel like if we do an icon that involves maybe like headphones or a speaker, you'd see it and it's music gear. So you know that they're kind of making music. I hope my thought process is is the same. So I feel like let's start off with a speaker. Do a bit of that. Solid red. I feel like solid red is probably what we're going to do our final logos in. And then maybe just one like that. And then a bigger one on the bottom here. We could bring that up a bit. And then make this one more of a ring. You bring that in there. Yeah, that's a speaker. That's obviously a speaker. Look at that cool little speaker in 10 seconds there. Logo wizard. Because we want this to be a corporate logo, I'm actually thinking scrap the base of the speaker and let's make it simple. Just that. I'm not sure if people would understand that's a speaker. I mean, I do because I've just made it. But I'm not sure if a person walking down the street seeing it would know that's a speaker. If we rotate it, maybe we could just make something fun. That could actually probably sit well nicely here. Center that upper dot. Nice, center it so it's aligned with the eye. That looks cool. That it flows. It 100% flows with the type. As I said, I don't know if people will read it and instantly say he makes music. But I like the idea of actually having that on the slant. I think we should probably bring our base back. I'm sorry that I abandoned you, base, and said you wasn't good enough. I think we should probably outline it like so. And then get a scissor tool and just cut away here. Just cut that bit off. Round, we need round edges. Oh, that was made to be the... I feel like maybe this is a bit too close to the type because this one isn't. So maybe if we bring this down just a slight touch, it will match the other side. That looks like a speaker, 100%. Change the speaker to red. I'm actually thinking maybe we should bring the period back on this logo as well. If we get a red dot and put a period in, it might. I think it might be too much. I'm also getting like a, I don't know if you guys can see it, but like a robot face kind of like peeking over the type. Like it kind of looks like a robot head. Like they kind of do look like eyes a little bit. Yeah, I am getting that. Maybe that. We could like that does look like eyes. Line that dot there. That kind of does look like a smiley face. I've just rotated it, and I don't know if you guys are seeing what I'm seeing, but we've accidentally done something amazing. We was taking the mick about a robot face, so I thought I'd make a smiley face. I've rotated it and it looks like headphones, and we was just saying we wanted to go from a play button to music equipment, and we've just accidentally made a weird looking pair of headphones make the left ear pad what are they called, ear thing, make that grey. I think that looks cool, and we can go with the same concept as we did before, where we kind of rotated it there. Doesn't look that much like a robot anymore, just looks like a pair of headphones hanging on. I feel like there's more space on the right side of the type, purely for the fact that it's lowercase, so there's obviously more space here. Let's move it up a bit so it's all on the same kind of level. That looks much better. Hanging over this little gap here, from the uppercase letters, there's a gap going across to the T, and then there's this nice gap between the T and the S, and above it, I feel like that's the perfect place to put this. Yeah, that 100% looks like a pair of headphones hanging on. Yes, that has a corporate feel through the whole thing. That is exactly what I wanted for the third concept, is just for it to be, oh yes. Also, I think maybe we need to involve the dark grey in here, so maybe just, if we ungroup it, we can just highlight the exclamation mark and just make that grey maybe. I feel like having all one colour might suck on the white background. Have two colours is better. Yeah, we are done, I reckon. We've got one that's fun, very rounded and beautiful. We've got one that's inspired by the Monogram logo, his old logo, which looks very, very cool. And we've got a corporate one that, you know, just says music. It basically just says I make music, and I think that's 3 different powerful logos that he could choose from. You know, whatever route he wants to go down, we could adapt to it. It's definitely 3 completely different routes as well. So yeah, these are the three concepts. So here is my final 3 concepts that I'm going to be sending off to IFSU and seeing if he likes them. Comment down below what one you like. I personally like the first one, purely for the fact we had Bob with the white t-shirt, and that just made an awesome t-shirt design. So I feel like that bolt icon that we made today will definitely take his brand far with the things that he can do with his logo. Comment down 1, 2 or 3. I'll probably just put a poll in the video if I can, and you guys can take part in what one you like, or if you didn't like one and you think one didn't deserve to be there, put that down as well. Just love you guys to be involved and like give me your feedback on the designs that we made today. And if you want to see more videos like this where it's not speed art and it's not music and it's just me explaining what I'm doing, and it's about half an hour long or something, then just let me know. I'll be more than happy to do more client work on my YouTube. 100%. This was fun, very, very fun doing it, and I'm excited. I'm also going to be starting a new series, but I will do a separate video explaining all of that, because it's quite an in-depth conversation I want to have. So yeah, thank you for watching, and yeah, see you next time.